On October 13th, 2025, the air was crisp and the leaves had just begun to turn, painting the world in shades of amber and gold. Beverly, Ortega and Katie Thurston set out for their long-awaited picnic at Willow Creek Park, a tradition they'd dreamed about since spring. Beverly, the planner of the duo, packed everything with care. Sandwiches, crisps, fizzy drinks, and her famous cookies, each treat wrapped with a little note. Katie brought the good vibes and a playlist full of their favorite songs, bouncing with excitement and humming along as she walked. "Bev, are you ready? The park is calling our names." Katie grinned, grabbing her backpack and spinning in a little circle. They pedaled through sunlit streets, laughter trailing behind them like a ribbon, feeling the wind in their hair and the promise of adventure in the air. The world felt golden, their spirits high, as if nothing could go wrong on such a beautiful day. At the park, they found the perfect spot under a giant oak, spread their blanket, and unpacked their feast, savoring the moment and the view. "This is the life, eh?" Beverly said, biting into her sandwich, her eyes twinkling with happiness. Katie nodded, mouth full of crisps, grinning as she reached for another handful. They were queens of their grassy kingdom, blissfully unaware of what was coming, lost in laughter and the simple joy of being together. The day was perfect, almost too perfect, as if the universe was holding its breath, waiting for the next chapter to unfold. Just as Katie was about to launch the frisbee, the park fell eerily silent. The birds had stopped singing, and a heavy stillness settled. "That's a bit weird, isn't it?" Katie said, glancing at the sky. Beverly spotted dark, menacing clouds rolling in fast. "Uh-oh, Katie, those aren't happy clouds," Beverly warned. The sun vanished, replaced by a gloomy twilight. A low rumble of thunder confirmed their fears. This was no ordinary rain. The wind whipped up, sending their blanket flapping and ducks scrambling. "Looks like Plan A is cancelled," Katie said, grinning nervously. "Time for Plan B." Only, they didn't have one. The sky's surprise party had begun. Their perfect day was about to get wild. The first thunderclap jolted them into action. "Okay, don't panic!" Beverly shouted, voice shaky. They scrambled to pack up, food flying everywhere. A gust of wind sent a crisp packet tumbling across the grass. Rain splattered down, quickly turning into a downpour. Within seconds they were soaked, hair plastered to their faces. "My cookies!" Beverly shrieked, zipping up her bag. A flash of lightning split the sky, thunder booming right after. That was it. They needed shelter, fast. "The bandstand over there!" Katie pointed. Abandoning their bikes and blanket, they sprinted through the rain. Trainers squelching, wind pushing against them, they ran side by side. It was chaos, but they were a team against the storm. The adventure had truly begun. They stumbled into the bandstand, gasping and drenched. The rain hammered the roof, but inside they were safe. They looked at each other, grinning in disbelief. "Well," Beverly said, "this wasn't on my checklist." "Forget the checklist, Bev. This is an adventure." Katie laughed, spinning around. Huddled on a bench, they watched the storm rage outside. Lightning flashed, thunder shook the floor, but together, it felt manageable. Rule number 1 of the Thunderstorm Adventure Club. No moping, Beverly declared. They needed a plan to pass the time, and to turn fear into fun. Their teamwork had gotten them to shelter. Now it would get them through the wait. The bandstand felt like their fortress. The storm was wild, but so were they. "I've got it," Katie exclaimed, her eyes wide with excitement as another flash of lightning lit up the sky. The thunder's like a drum solo. She tapped her feet to the rhythm, Beverly joining in with finger drumming on the windowsill, their makeshift band echoing the storm's wild beat. The rain became tap dancers, each drop tapping out a quick step on the glass, while the wind howled like a mournful string section, swirling around the house. A crack of thunder was their cymbal crash, making them giggle and jump, hearts racing with the thrill of the storm's music. They gave the storm a running commentary, critiquing its performance like seasoned concert-goers, rating each rumble and flash with dramatic flair. "Ooh, dramatic flash there," Beverly joked in a posh accent, pretending to be a famous music critic, and Katie burst out laughing. They sang silly songs about the storm, making up lyrics on the spot, their laughter echoing louder than the thunder outside. Beverly pulled out her cookies. Miraculously, some were still dry, despite the chaos outside. She grinned, holding them up like a prize. "Victory spoils," she announced, sharing them as a trophy for their bravery and musical creativity during the storm. Eating cookies, huddled together under a blanket, felt like the best reward, their little concert audience of two feeling safe and happy. The storm raged on, lightning flashing and thunder booming, but inside, there was only warmth, laughter, and the comfort of friendship. They turned the chaos outside into their own private concert, inventing new instruments and rhythms with every passing minute. The bandstand was alive with music, laughter, and chocolate chips, as the girls celebrated the magic of making memories together, even on the stormiest days. As the thunder faded, rain still fell, but spirits stayed high. The world outside was grey and dripping, but inside the bandstand, laughter echoed off the wet wood. The storm had trapped them, but it also gave them a reason to slow down and just be together. "Okay, what now, Adventure Captain?" Beverly nudged Katie, her eyes sparkling with mischief as they huddled closer to keep warm. "Let's play I Spy," Katie suggested, grinning. The game was simple, but it made the minutes fly by as the rain drummed steadily overhead. They spied wood, wet, water, and soggy trainers, laughter filling the bandstand. Even the smallest things became funny and important when shared. When the game ran out, they swapped ghost stories and embarrassing tales from school. The rain outside made their voices sound cozy and secret. They talked about dreams, places to go, and things to do. Plans for the future felt closer somehow, with the storm as their backdrop. The storm outside made sharing easier, their friendship deepening with every story. It was as if the rain washed away any awkwardness. Beverly, usually so organized, showed her silly side, pulling faces and making everyone giggle. Katie, always energetic, revealed a thoughtful streak, listening closely and sharing her own hopes. They weren't just friends, they were a team that had faced a challenge and won. The storm had tested them, but together they'd made it fun. The storm had forced them together and made their bond stronger. They realized that sometimes the best adventures are the unexpected ones. They'd turned a disaster into a memory to treasure, one they'd laugh about for years to come. The rain kept falling, but inside, they were unstoppable. Proof that friendship can turn even the stormiest day into something special. Slowly the rain softened and sunlight peeked through the clouds. Birds began to sing and the sky brightened to blue. The storm had passed. Beverly and Katie stepped out, the world sparkling and fresh. A rainbow arched overhead, a perfect promise. They stood hand in hand, taking it all in. The park was empty, their own private world. They didn't complain about wet clothes or ruined food. Instead, they relived their adventure, laughing about the mad dash and Thunderstorm Concert. The fear was gone, replaced by pride and accomplishment. They rode home, tired and damp, but grinning ear to ear. The day hadn't gone as planned, but it was unforgettable. Sometimes, the best days are the ones you never expect.